All right, welcome to Align Trading, going over today's SPY recap and live analysis before taking a look at what to be watching into tomorrow. The first thing I explained here in the morning in the pre-market brief for Discord members was to be watching for this breakdown of this 580 level that we have been looking for the past couple of days. You can see we bounced off of it twice before, and so this third time we are looking for this inverse cup close, that handle right there, and then to close the cup at this next level. Now from there you once again see that same green algorithm for the handle, and I'll show you on the 1 minute chart this handle how it looks on the microstructure, but you see that once again, and we close this inverse cup at this final level right here, reaching our 20-day moving average as well that I have been talking about on the daily here to pay attention with this 5-day. When it starts to flatten out right here, we will see that 20-day retest. So from here, we'll go over what to be watching over the next few days. So zooming in just a bit closer before we go over the 1 minute chart, you can see right as I talked about with this green algorithm right here and how this takes us down with these head and shoulders on the way. But you also can see within that, right, that orange selling continuation algorithm right here that we have on the way down, and you have to be paying attention for that. There is no tapering like we have seen before, right? With this bounce, you can see that we have this blue algorithm. We're starting to form this right here, but if you were trying to go long today, there was no reason to, right? We do not form that inverse head and shoulder right here. Even right here, if you're looking to go long, you got to see some sort of base forming. Otherwise, we will continue to see that orange on the way down. And here at the end of the day, right, we formed this inverse head and shoulder off of the 20-day moving average, which is a normal thing to do, especially at a key level like this, because of all of this liquidity, which we'll go over later as well, and what can happen from here. So now on the 1 minute chart, going over the microstructure and algorithms, you can see here in the morning, it is a bit choppy to start off, right? Nothing really going on, but we can see that we are tapering within this red algorithm right here. From the white, you can see these head and shoulders trying to form right here, right? Trying to break down, and eventually we do form this triple top right there, as well as that inverse cup and handle with that white algorithm right there. So be paying attention. There is a head and shoulder first move down if you caught that in the morning to that initial level that we talked about that needed to be broken from before, right? This 580, and we start to see that bounce once again, another inverse cup, but this handle does not follow through. And I explained that you have to be paying attention for this reversal right here. Now, if we want to head back up, be paying attention for that inverse head and shoulder, as well as the cup back to that high of day, which we close, but you can see we cannot form that handle and continue moving higher. So at this point right here, I explained you have to be paying attention to this inverse cup now as we rejected this high of day again. And I was explaining, right, this is just chop. So far we are in that range, but with this inverse cup and handle, you see how we are able to form that head and shoulder and beautiful move to the downside. So at this point right here, I explained we have now closed that cup at this 578.80 level that I explained right here. You can see, and we would now need to see a handle to continue. So with that white and red algorithm, you can see how we start to form that head and shoulder right there once again for another scalp. However, we cannot break that level to the downside. So if you did not catch it on that shoulder, you would have needed to wait for that handle, excuse me. And you can see that just doesn't follow through right here. Now at this point right here, I'm explaining that if we do break this level right here, there is the 20-day moving average below, as well as all of this liquidity right here that you can see. And we start heading down to reach that 20-day moving average as that first target, which I will show you down here a little bit more. But you can see this handle takes some more time to form. We start trying to form this right here. We close that cup right again to this level, but we cannot form another handle to see that breakout and continuation similar to off of the open. And from here you see this head and shoulder rejection, so you could have taken that, or even if you waited for this handle once again with the white and red algorithm, you see that head and shoulder, and we start heading down. Now, I was all done for the day after this move right here, but I was explaining to members I would talk about in the recap today a little bit of a mistake that I made with my entry slightly late. Yes, I talked about this inverse cup and handle right here, perfect setup, but I was not sure with this candles right here that you can see if we were once again going to bounce this level right here within kind of this choppy range that we had. So I wanted to make sure that the range broke, and this caused me to get a little bit late of an entry, right? You can see that that candle starts heading down, and I had to enter right on this candle right here and then catch this move, caught some of this right here back to the upside, and then once again caught a little bit more to the downside and called it right here. So with this level right here as well, you can see how I'm explaining that I'm not sure if it will happen because it is a big level, but pay attention for that handle. Anything can occur, and you see how with that white and red, we finally start forming this head and shoulder inverse cup and handle and get that move to the downside. But I called it at this cup's close, all I need. So as we continue, right, you see this white and red algorithm again that I'm explaining you have to be paying attention to. And if we want to head back down, right, be watching for this head and shoulder yet again. You see how that starts to form right here, and you can continue to see these head and shoulders on the way down. Now with this as well, I'm talking about on the 30-minute chart that you have to be paying attention to if we do want to form that inverse head and shoulder and begin getting back above this level, or if we do see this retest and once again fail, which is exactly what happened. As you can see, right, that retest and fail of that level with that head and shoulder we talked about and the move down. As we continue heading down, we finally reach this 20-day moving average target, and I explained from here that you could be paying attention for this inverse head and shoulder right there if we do start to recover. Otherwise, you will continue to see the head and shoulder on the way down, which you can see within that red and white algorithm. Once again, this is right at the 5-day, and you start to see those sellers coming in. Same thing with that selling algorithm on the way down. Now, as I also am explaining, right, if we break below this 20-day moving average, well, what is going to happen? This larger inverse cup will finally form, and you can see how we get that move down just below it, grabbing this liquidity at the bottom here. Now here at the end of the day, I explained that you have to now be paying attention for this move back up to the 20-day moving average. You can see this liquidity that we have on the way up right here, and you can see how that starts to form. We also start breaking out of this blue algorithm that we have been within for the majority of the day. So pretty straightforward day, plenty of great scalps that you could have been taking throughout the entirety of the day if you were on for that long. But right now we have this blue algorithm right here with the selling, and we are starting to break out of it as I explained. So we have to be paying attention to this 5-day moving average now. And if we do start heading back up, grabbing this liquidity right here, or we are able to form this handle and continue moving lower. And so with that being said, it is now time to go over what to be watching tomorrow. So as I'm explaining with this 20-day moving average, if we are above that, watch for this move back to the upside if we do want to close this cup right back at this level. From there, see our blue and yellow controlled selling algorithms. Now, if there is a day 2 of some selling continuation, what will we want to see is this 20-day become resistance with this handle. So we have this purple. We'll want to see this green starting to form right here, a head and shoulder below that 20. And in the case that we break this level right here, be watching as this liquidity is right here. You can see, right, this larger structure that we have, if this is beginning to form a larger head and shoulder, be paying attention if we lose that 20-day moving average, as we can start heading down and trying to close this larger inverse cup right here before maybe we start to see something like that. Or in the case that this is just another pullback to the 20-day like we did before, and we will go over on the daily chart in just a second, but we can just head right back on up within this flag right here with our yellow and blue controlled selling. So on the daily chart, we talked about this at the beginning of the video, but the 20 is now here. We have gotten that retest. If we hold the 20, we will now want to see the regain of the 5 and back to the uptrend. You can see this took many days to happen. So if it does take some time, but be paying attention to that. Otherwise, maybe the 5-day starts to trend down, we get a retest, and then we are heading lower, looking for that bottom Bollinger retest. So it's been a light week on the news so far, but we do have some in the morning, so just be paying attention to this. But other than that, I have nothing else to go over, so thank you everyone for watching.